Am I the only one who caught themselves smiling like a silly little child when these two were talking and even bonding in the diner? I don't know why, but I was just happy for them. Like, these two have come a long way. Daredevil Season 4 or Daredevil Born Again is here.
That only took 20 fucking years.
I'm still upset about the fact that if Netflix was still making Daredevil, we would be expecting Season 6 by now, and definitely a Punisher Season 3 or 4. As for the first two episodes, here are my thoughts and predictions for Fisk and Matt. I believe Fisk genuinely wants to do good and wants to put his kingpin past behind him, just as much as Matt wants to retire Daredevil completely and trust the law and the system. But situations kind of out of their control will tempt them and eventually force them back to default factory settings, just like Season 1. What I am most curious about is what role Frank Castle and Elektra would play in all this, because I'm very sure that bitch is coming back again. Now, Foddy's death makes no sense to me, honestly. It was obvious the showrunners wanted to kill him off in place of newer characters. And honestly, everything that happened in the first half of episode 1 was fun and exciting and all, but it all happened way too fast. It's almost like it was designed that way to distract the audience while they killed off a major character of the show who has been around since Season 1, Episode 1, and then skip 1 year after the funeral to current events like everything is fine. Because if you really think about it, the events of the first 2 episodes could have been expanded into a whole season on its own. The things that happen there aren't the problem. It is a pacing which is a problem, and if it keeps on that way, that could really hurt the show. Because here's something to think about, right? How the fuck did Vanessa go from an art gallery girl to a crime boss during however long Wilson Fisk was away recovering from a gunshot wound to the head? Not only does the show not bother to hint at how she did all that in such a relatively short period of time, it is also trying to imply that she is doing a much better job than the Kingpin himself ever did. Again, in the relatively short period of time he was away recovering from a wound. That sounds like something that would have been really fun to get into, like Vanessa becoming the Kingpin's right-hand woman in his business. It sounds like something that could have been expanded into a whole season on its own, along with everything else that happened in episode 1. Now, I do love the approach to the cinematography though. It's obvious the cinematographers are trying to stay faithful to the original 3 seasons and make little improvements and changes here and there. I just pray they don't deviate too much to the point where Daredevil begins to look like every other fucking Marvel show out there, because that would be so depressing. I am still a little bit concerned about the fights in the beginning of episode 1 being kind of CGI-ish though, because this is the king of how we fight scenes, and I will really be pissed off if they make another fight CGI again. But overall, the first 2 episodes were solid. I just hope that, they slow down when killing off major characters and just pace important things properly. And with that being said, I absolutely appreciate you who has watched all the way to this point. Kindly give this video a like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thank you very much.